How's it going, YouTube? And welcome back to My Comic Life, where tonight I'm talking about a true independent comic with Vault Comics, Black Stars Above. This book, when I was going through my discount comic book service, Comic Hall, and I saw Folklords, I really knew I wanted to read that, but when I saw this cover, I knew that this had to be on the top of the pile as well. And I just love this cover with this girl in the snow with this red box and then this star above her. It's so eerie. And I didn't even realize I purchased this book. But when I saw the cover, I knew that there had to be something special about this book. And I am so glad that there was, where the first page sets you up in this wilderness with the snow coming down, these lynx walking, and this guy looks like he's hunting, and it's just eerie how this book starts. And then the guy just starts writing stuff down. You're like, oh, I thought he was a hunter, but no, it looks like he's just getting some data on these lynx. And then I just love the pacing of this, just looking at him writing to the lynx coming to this fire, this spot. And then the lynx gets caught. And then all of a sudden, this guy is about to bash the head of this lynx. And the lynx eyes start bleeding black. And you're just like, what is going on? And then that's where you meet our main antagonist that we follow throughout the book. I know her name is so strange that I don't even want to... Eulalie? I don't even want to butcher it. But she is at the age where she should be married by now, but she's still living at home. And you see her talking about how it is in the world that they're living in. I think this book takes place in the 1885s, and their way of living is off the land. Their family are fur catchers. They go get the furs. They go trade it in at their local town, and that is their way of living. But their way of living is dying. Now, most of the people here are going to the big cities to have an easier life, and their way of living is just be dissipating a little bit by little bit to the point where they don't even know if they can make it through the next winter. And so you see her going and doing chores, and just a lot of this book at the beginning is a lot of just her diaries as well, talking about just the where they are at this point. And then you get to meet the grandfather who built the farm that they're on. And the thing I like about this book is that at this point she's talking to him and he's telling her a story about how he lost his leg. And in a lot of books, it would go into a flashback and you would see the panels. But no, this one, it relies on the writing and on just the image of his face as he's telling this girl this story. And you would think it would be boring. It is riveting. Every single panel is just so beautiful. And then you get to meet the father who comes home. And he comes home with some beavers. So obviously he's not the guy that killed the lynx. And that's when he tells his daughter, hey, we don't even know if we're going to make it another winter. So I made a deal with this one gentleman for you to marry his son. And for that, I will get my own job that will pay for all the things that we need today. And I cannot rely on this dying profession that I'm in. And you see her go to town trying to sell her wares. And of course, this guy's like, hey, you realize that that's not the way that the world's working anymore. But of course, even the stuff that she's selling, he still has the stock from last time. And that's where she meets this weird, strange gentleman who tells her, hey, I missed delivering my package and it needs to be delivered to this town. And I am willing to pay you $200, which in 1885 is a whole lot of money, to deliver this package to this town because he knows that it needs to be delivered right now. And all she has to do is deliver it and not look at it. She'll get 25% now and then the rest later. So she gets back home. She's arguing with her family about not wanting to marry this gentleman. And the panel layouts, again, are so gorgeous. This book just riveted me. It shouldn't have. A lot of Marvel and DC books you can read in no time flat, but here you take the time to look at the page, to look at the dialogue, and to look at the specific panels that we have here. It's all so perfect. That's what I gotta say about this. This book gives you so much. And so after finding out that she doesn't want to marry this man, she thinks that her way out is to take this package to this town. So she goes in the middle of the night, and the storm hits. And she doesn't know. She knows where she's going, but because of the storm, it's making it so much harder for her. And this territory that she's been in for so long is feeling like she doesn't know it anymore. And she's lost. And you just are riveted. Like, look at that. Look at these panel layouts. Look at this storytelling. It is gorgeous. Vault Comics has published a brilliant story. And I know nobody's really gonna... I bet I'm gonna be the only one who's gonna be talking about this book on YouTube. And I'm so glad that I have Discount Comic Book Service where I can order these books, and I go into the back ends of the previews, and I get to find gems like this. And I don't even think Vault Comics is part of Diamond. I don't. I think I remember hearing that it's not. I may be wrong, but Black Stars Above is brilliant. Go tell your comic book shop to get this book in. Read it, love it. I can't. I read this book and I had to stop reading every other comic because this book just blew my mind. And I didn't even show you the ending. You got to see that ending. That ending, you didn't even see about the star. But oh my God, when it comes, you want issue number 2 right now. And I hope and pray that I don't have to wait months to get that Black Stars Above issue number 2, because issue number 1 has me riveted, and it's just a work of art. I'm giving this book a 10 out of 10. I said in my Folklords review that it's hard for me to get a 10 out of 10, but this book deserves it. My name's David. If you liked what you've seen here, rate, comment, subscribe, and let me know. Are you going to go seek this book out? I would recommend it. And tell your comic book shops, pick this book up. My name's David Lee, and I'll see you guys next time.